It's a study of two states with two very different approaches to the pandemic and about the same outcome. Florida, open for business. California, on lockdown.
Florida schools are open, and we are one of only a handful of states in which every parent has the right to send their child to school in person.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, in his State of the State address this month, says schools are open. California Governor Gavin Newsom says schools there are working to reopen.
Working together with parents and teachers and school leaders, we've turned the conversation from whether to reopen to when.
Newsom ordered the nation's first statewide COVID shutdowns and continues to maintain a mask mandate. Indoor dining and other activities are strictly limited too. Meanwhile, Florida has no statewide restrictions, and DeSantis is not allowing cities to fine people who don't wear masks.
Every business in Florida has a right to operate. Over these many months, we've stood up for small, family-owned businesses and have saved thousands of them from ruin.
Because California, we're not going to come crawling back. We will roar back.
And it might be all for naught. The CDC says since COVID began, California and Florida have had nearly the same case rate, around 8,900 for every 100,000 people. The death rate, too, has Florida ranked 27th among states, California 28th. And in terms of unemployment, right now Florida sits at 5.1%, California 9.3%.
I've been to those two states in the last month. It's like, Venus and Mars.
Economist Stephen Moore on CBN's News Watch.
Florida's open for business. The schools are open. The stores are open. The restaurants are open. The churches are open. People are getting up and about. In California, just the opposite. Everything's pretty much locked down.
CBN medical reporter Lori Johnson says it's a question of human behavior and responsibility.
The question is, can the government control human behavior, or should we rely on self-control? And as Steve pointed out, Florida has an extremely high number of senior citizens. And what we saw in Florida were these senior citizens controlling themselves, locking themselves down, if you will.
California's reopening is expected to pick up steam in April, but it comes as Republicans there help to organize a recall against the governor that's so far collected about 2 million signatures. That's 500,000 more than they need before tomorrow's deadline. In Washington, Jenna Browder, CBN News.